Hello, welcome to MJ's Mystical Tarot, where tarot and true crime combine to help get answers. Today I am doing a case on Dan Davis. He is a father who has been missing for a little bit of time. I just recently saw about his case on Crime with Kate, so I will link her channel and her video on him down below. If you are into true crime and you do not already follow her, I highly recommend her channel. She really does some research and tries to get the facts of the case as best as she can, and really discusses the cases with a lot of compassion. And the day he went missing, he had actually been seen on camera for a couple of days afterwards, apparently. But it looks like he may have had a possible stroke or some kind of medical incident. He refused treatment. He had been in a car accident after that and refused medical treatment, said he was fine, but he was definitely seen stumbling, having difficulty walking, and his family said that the way he was talking wasn't normal to him. So I want to call in the energy and spirit guides around him. So Dan Davis, and see if we can figure out what happened to him and maybe somehow find a location for him where he might currently be. They had some dogs trailing his scent, and it stopped at a certain area by train tracks or close to train tracks, but not, so somebody thought that maybe he jumped on a train, but they don't think he would have been able to get on it with how much he was struggling. But again, Crime with Kate's channel definitely covers that, so I will link her video below. She also has some clips of interviews with his daughter and stuff that the daughter has given. So, Dan Davis, what happened to you? Where are you? Please and thank you. There we go. I think that's enough to start with. So in no particular order. Earth. I'll grab these and go through them. Rage, violent. So maybe somebody had stopped by his house and there had been an altercation, and maybe he suffered a head injury instead of having a stroke. Red flag. Okay. Regret in reverse. Home. Well, we know he's not at home, unfortunately. False narrative. That came in reverse. Rebirth. And party. Okay, let's try and clarify, because this is making sense to me and that's making sense to me, but some of this is kind of confusing me. So let's go to the situations deck to clarify. Can we clarify Earth, please and thank you? Dan Davis, clarify Earth, please and thank you. Can we clarify regret, home? party. False narrative. Okay. So, commitment. I mean, he was somebody who never missed a day of work until this happened. So he was definitely somebody who's committed. He has a daughter that he loves and talks to regularly from what I can understand. So this is not his usual behavior to just kind of disappear. Roller coaster, highest high adrenaline rush. Okay. One that came up was poison. Toxic, unhealthy behaviors or people. So this again is kind of giving me that rage, violent, that maybe a toxic person stopped by his house before he left and had that accident, and maybe there was a head injury instead of a stroke. That's a possibility. This one came in reverse. Happiness, wholeness, overjoyed, smiling. Dan was a very happy-go-lucky person from the video that Crime with Kate did. The daughter talked about how he was goofy and liked to make people laugh. His coworkers have a sign out that they want to help find him and get him back to work. And so he was definitely well loved. Triggers, name, car, place. And this looks like he was in a car accident, but did somebody maybe pick him up at one point? Drama queen, thirsty, crushing, causing chaos. So that could be that toxic person coming in. Pressure cooker, rage, ready to explode. But that one came in reverse. And I think that's Dan. Dan is not an explosive person. He doesn't seem to have rage. Twin flames, the one. Mirrored souls, pledged. I'm a little confused on that one. But we'll see how it plays out. Today, present, now, in the moment. So that's giving me that he could still be alive, which would, obviously we want him to still be alive. Receipts, proof, show me, but that came in reverse. We know there hasn't been any video evidence of him on any video cameras for a few days. Desire, lust, sexual chemistry, so it's not that kind of a situation. Searching online, looking for info, records, but that came in reverse. But I do know there are people looking for him. Racing, running, avoiding. I don't think Dan is running or avoiding. I think that could be, again, maybe this toxic person. So I think I need some more clarification here. Let's go with my spill the tea, beans, whatever deck that I made. Dan Davis, what do we need to know? What happened? Where are you? How can we find you and get you back to your daughter? The energy feels kind of not chaotic, but panicky almost. So I'm wondering if somebody picked him up and isn't letting him go. If he's trapped somewhere maybe. Or if he feels trapped. I think that's plenty of cards for now on this deck. I don't even know where to begin, so we will kind of try and I'll start with the ones that flipped on their own when they fell, and then go from there. How about that? So, two-faced, double life, cheater, but that came in reverse. So whoever this toxic person was, he knew them, but he may not necessarily realize how toxic or dramatic they were. Knowing they effed up, but that kind of came in sideways. So this person may not realize that they injured Dan as bad as they did. They may, there might have been an altercation, but they may not have realized that they really harmed him. Investigating came in reverse. I know people are searching for him, but they may not be investigating a crime that might have happened at his home first. They're just looking for him as a missing person at this point, is my understanding. I could be mistaken. Destroyed, shattered, broken, effed up. Copycat in reverse. Happiness hater. So is this somebody who hated how happy-go-lucky Dan was? How happy Dan's life was? Game over. Shadow whisper. Hitting keys, putting things together. So maybe if the police are searching Dan's house, they might find something that indicates what happened there. They did say that it was left in a mess. Threatening came in reverse, so Dan wasn't feeling threatened before whatever happened. Situation's about to blow up, so are the police about to uncover some information or find Dan? Don't want to hear it, so this person didn't want to hear whatever, didn't want to. Queen rising, that came in reverse. And keeping a promise. So is Dan maybe trying to he was trying to go to work, and it looked like after work, he was trying to go to a friend's house, and he often met with friends after work. So was he trying to keep a promise to his friends to show up at their house after work? And that's where he started getting disoriented from whatever happened. Let's get some more. Dan Davis, what happened? Where are you? How do we find you? Are you okay? What do we need to know, please and thank you? One or two more. Thank you, Dan. Number 15, the bear, also the 10 of clubs, power, boss, courage, leadership, finances, protection. This is kind of giving woods. So could Dan maybe have found his way into some woods? This also looks like maybe the edge of a house. Maybe he found an abandoned house and he kind of took shelter there. Number 32, moon, the 8 of hearts, praise, feeling, emotion, imagination, intuition, inspiration. So he's probably feeling that how much his daughter and his family love him and want him back. Probably knows that they're worried about him. Number 3, ship, 10 of spades, travel, vehicles, movement, journey, change, distance. So this is giving, didn't I have something about a car? There was a car over here, wasn't there? I got a couple cars, so that's kind of giving me that car vibe again, that somebody might have picked him up while he was wandering. And that would explain why suddenly his scent trail stopped. 17, stork, queen of hearts, change, movement, new beginnings, transition, flexibility, transformation. 36, cross, the 6 of clubs, duty, burden, big problem, grief, religious fate. Again, that's giving me woods. I don't like this game over, shadow whisper, stork and cross vibes. I don't like those ones. Those don't sound very good, but with everything else, that it may not be as bad as it sounds right now. 27, letter, 7 of spades, document, message, news, speech, writing, communication. So could there be some news coming? That would go with something's about to blow up and hitting keys, putting things together. So some news could be coming for sure. That would be fantastic. 13, child, the jack of spades, young, innocent, youth, playful, beginner, playfulness. To me, this is giving that he's thinking of his daughter. keeping her in his mind to keep himself focused on, And the last one from this deck is the 16 star, the 6 of hearts. Hope, dream, inspiration, wish, achievement, progress to goals. And this is kind of giving a star in the woods or on a street. So kind of nature vibes there again. But, we don't know for sure. What else do we need to know, Dan? One more. That one, thank you. Okay, no particular order. 26, love and light, act with care. So if he had a head injury or a stroke or something, I would say if you see him approach with care and caution, he may not remember who he is. He may not remember what's going on. He might be confused, and it's always better to be cautious when approaching them. Or if you do see him, contact the authorities and just say, hey, I saw this man. He's missing. He was here. And if you know of any CCTV footage or camera footage that would help prove that he was there, let them know, because that will help confirm that he is still there, that he's still, out someplace. 36, third eye vision, reclaim your mind. So this again is giving me that something happened to his head. Did he injure his head? Did he have a stroke? I don't know. This one came in reverse. 32, shield your energy, look beneath the surface. And these two also came in reverse. So number 22, Kundalini rising, ignite your passion for life. And that's giving me something about their head being injured as well. And the last one, number 21, illuminate the shadow, focus on a solution. So, let's go with this deck. Dan Davis. Dan Davis, what happened to you? What happened? Are you okay, Dan? Any tips on how to find you? So, we got beauty, charming, graceful, kind-hearted, flowers with a butterfly, loyalty, trusting, reliability, believing. Again, that's a woods. So there is something about woods, a wooded area. He's close to trees, something about that. Then karma, consequences. Excuse me, I'm not speaking properly. Whew. And now my camera's not focusing. There we go. Consequences, cause and effect, debts. So he didn't go missing over a debt. Running, ghosting, disappearing, invisible. Again, Woods power line, but he's not running. We know that. I think he's just not sure where he is. Open heart, receptive, empathy, vulnerable. Again, apologies for the lighting. That came in reverse. Time, waiting, cycles, moments. So this was specifically, these were what happened. These were, where are you? And I'm getting Woods again. And this was, how can we find you? And he's telling me it's going to take some time. We just have to wait. Then heart, fog, mixed signals, blocked emotions, messed up. And that's giving a cliff, like somebody diving off a cliff or something. And the last one that came in the reverse position was distance, separation, space, blockage. So I think that means he's close to home. Close to home, near some woods, some trees. But it's going to take some time to find him, unfortunately. This is a deck that gives, when are we going to find you, Dan? When are we going to find you? When will somebody find you and bring you home to your daughter? I'm just going to go with those three because I don't think we need a ton of cards on that. So, 41, next couple of years. Let's hope it doesn't take that long. 45, next year looks promising. Oh my goodness. And 38 by the end of the year. Oh, I really wanted better answers than that. And I'm going to grab my tarot deck. Dan, what are you... Actually, before the tarot deck, I apologize. I am going to grab my Crystal Ball Pocket Oracle deck and see if we can get a single answer about if he's alive. So Dan Davis, Dan Davis, Dan Davis. Are you currently alive? I just want a yes or no. Are you currently alive? Choose a new direction. Dan Davis, are you currently alive? Please and thank you. Are you currently alive? Reconsider. Dan Davis, are you dead? Have you passed on? Are you deceased? Dan Davis, have you passed on? This is the sign. Whew, that was not the sign I wanted. What else do we need to know, Dan? What happened to you? Is anybody responsible? Let's go with that. Is anyone responsible for what happened to you? The Hanged One. Number 12, the Hanged One. Okay. Is anyone responsible for what happened to you, Dan? Ooh, he gave me quite a few here. King of Cups. King of Pentacles. That looks like maybe somebody taking money from him. Seven of Pentacles. Let's go for one or more, two from this deck. What happened to you, Dan? Thank you. Ace of Wands. Seven, the Chariot. 10 of Swords. And 21, the World. Now, I do not remember I don't remember what the meaning of the tarot cards mean. So I'm looking at the images, hoping that this might give me, I'm seeing leaves, more trees. That almost looks like somebody going into the woods. This world one, though, I can't tell if that's North America or not. Kind of looks like it, but kind of doesn't. But I can't imagine that he was moved so far away. So was there an argument over money? Did somebody come over maybe to borrow money, claiming he owed him money? But I'm definitely with the King of Cups, the King of Pentacles. I'm getting that this was definitely a male. So I do think something happened at his house. I don't think it was just a stroke. I think there was some type of altercation. When he left his house, I guess he was first trying to go into his neighbor's house before he got into his car and drove away. So maybe he was trying to go to his neighbor for help. So maybe there was an altercation at home that caused, it could have caused him to have a brain bleed or a stroke or an aneurysm. I'm not a medical expert. I'm just, who knows? He could have had a concussion. Who knows what it could have caused? He could have had an aneurysm unknown, and an altercation could have caused him to hit his head and caused the aneurysm to start bleeding. Sadly, it doesn't look like he's still with us. But he could be. This could just mean that if we don't find him soon, we may not find him alive, which is a strong possibility. Let's get another oracle deck, tarot deck, see if this gives us, let's use this one and see if you can give us anything on your location. Where are you currently? Where are you currently, Dan? Where are you physically? Where's your body physically? I'm definitely getting a lot of nature. Whew. Okay. So we got 9 of Swords, and that's giving me woods. And we had 10 of Swords already. I'm just going to move these ones back for a second here. I don't think I got 9 of Swords yet, no. But we had 10 of Swords, so now we have the 9 of Swords. We have 4 of Wands, which is giving a field. And we've had the Ace of Wands. I'm just going to put them kind of with each other, because it's always interesting to me to see how many similar ones come up. We have the King of Cups. Well, now I have the 7 of Cups, and that's giving field energy like that. 9 of Wands. And this is giving trees again. So trees are definitely going to be significant in finding him. Page of Pentacles goes with the King and 7 of Pentacles. Number 4, the Emperor. And this is giving a cliff and trees. So maybe trees or a forest that leads to some type of a cliff could be significant. Knight of Cups. And this is bird and water energy. And then the last one, 13, death with forest. And we've gotten change and transformation and things like that before. So I don't think he's still with us, unfortunately. I don't think he is. And I hate to say that because nobody wants to. I do want to get a card or two for his daughter, a message from him for his daughter. So I'm going to use my Messages from the Universe Oracle deck and see what message, Dan, what message would you like to give your daughter? Specifically your daughter. Anything else from this deck for her? That one, okay. And anything for your family and friends? Anything else for your family and friends? That one. Thank you, Dan. So for his daughter from this deck, oh, I got 3. I didn't even know. This stressful situation is almost coming to an end. We are sending positive energy, financial help, miracles, and life-changing blessings your way. What's meant to be yours is already making its way to you. What was never yours is starting to flee from you. With time, it will all make sense. For now, bear the confusion and focus on living fully in the present. Don't let your whole life be, I'll be happy when, be happy now. Wow. And the last one for his daughter, sometimes holding on does more damage than letting go. So leave behind all that has been weighing you down for so long and reach for the opportunities that are waiting for you. I promise you, you will not regret it. I'm not interpreting those. I think they speak for themselves. And for his family and friends, a chapter in your life is coming to an end. Rest assured that beautiful things are ahead in this next chapter. Let go of all things that are out of control and move forward. There's more beautiful things ahead than you can leave behind. Wow. And the last one for his friends and family. In your journey, there will be times where you feel lost, confused, lonely, and angry. These are times of transition. You won't feel those emotions forever. You are transitioning to a better, stronger version of yourself. Shed away those unneeded layers and keep growing. Whew. And I am burning up from these messages. He definitely wanted to give them some messages. So I'm going to use my Healing Energy Oracle deck for last messages for his daughter and family. So what else do you want to tell your daughter with this deck? One final message for your daughter, Dan. That one. And one final message for your family and friends, please. Thank you. And before I flip those ones, I'm also going to grab my messages from your angels and see if he wants to give messages from angels to them. One more message for your daughter, Dan. What else do you want her to know? I know you probably want to tell her everything, but one or two more, please, for your daughter. And for your friends and family, one or two from this deck, please, and thank you. Okay, so for his daughter, in God's hands. My trust in life is implicit. God's greater knowing and greatest love guide my heart and my choices. My faith is steady, and I remain true to my light. Everything unfolds according to God's will. So this is kind of giving me that he doesn't want her to be sad or angry, but know that everything will happen in time. He will be found in time, and that she will be okay. Then from the Angels card, he gave Ariel, new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. And he also gave Archangel Uriel. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. And for his friends and family, faithfulness. I commit to my mind, heart, and will. I am devoted to the needs of my soul. I trust in myself, in God, and the universe. Then he gave patience. Now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. And for his friends and family, he also gives Angel Opal. Your children on earth and in heaven are happy and well cared for by God and the angels. So this is giving me that he is okay. He is at peace. And he wants his family and friends and his daughter to be happy. Whew. Thank you for watching. Tarot is all open to interpretation. So if you interpreted these cards differently, please feel free to comment below. If you have any questions for me to ask Dan, I can certainly do another video. Please feel free to leave those below. If you have another case you want me to cover, mention that below. Thank you for watching. I, again, will link the video that Crime with Kate did. I highly, highly recommend checking out her channel and subscribing. If you are into true crime, she is fantastic. She is worth subscribing to her channel for. And until next time, I hope you have a great day. Thank you.